Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, with me Shell Bhatnagar, and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Well, the markets have slipped to the low point of the day, 22,918 currently on the Nifty. From the high point, we have slipped quite a bit right now. Several of the sectors now are turning negative. It's the Nifty Bank that's also flattish with a negative bias. About a 40 point of a loss can be seen here. Across the board, within the Nifty Bank, also the private banks have slipped, and the PSU banks have slipped over 1% in trade as well. The realty index is also in pain, 1.7% down. The Nifty Next 50, the mid and the small caps are also down in trade. Within the other sectoral moves on the downside, you have autos, ITs, metals, consumer durables, and even infrastructure and oil and gas that have now given up the morning gains as well. The India VIX continues to hover over 24 levels, around 3.7% higher in trade right now. The only winners within this market continue to be from the space of Pharma as well as FMCG as of now. Good afternoon, Shell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on Market Today. Sakshi, let me just put this up front. There is absolutely nothing happening in the market. The only thing that is rising is India VIX, now 4% higher, about 24.03, and that has turned everything on its head. Nifty is trading in a 100-point range. 23,000 is the tops, where you have very heavy call writing. The bears are not letting the bulls through, and at 22,900 there is very strong support. The bulls are not letting bears through. So there is a 100-point range for the Nifty. Similarly, there is a 400-point range on the Bank Nifty, 49,500 and 49,100. So this is what the entire market has done since morning. There is zero volume because everybody is now a fence sitter. They are waiting for the market to sort of move towards one. It's Thursday monthly expiry on May 30th, the NAV rebalancing on May 31st, and then of course we move into the exit poll mode on Saturday. So it's absolutely quiet. If you look at the traded volume, Sakshi, they're absolutely absent. HDFC Bank has total 1400 crores so far. The top traded counter is Hindustan Aeronautics on the NSE 500, and if you look at the top 10 as far as volume is concerned, they are either cash counters like IRFC, Cochin Shipyard, Inox Wind, or they are news led, which is the three block deals that we saw: Inox Wind, Concord Biotech, and to some extent PB Fintech. There is zero activity in the market. I wish we could just close the market and then open it on 3rd of June, Sakshi.
Well, hopes against hopes. Let's also welcome our guest on the show. Prashant Tapsi, research analyst and senior VP research at Mehta Equities, is now joining in. Prashant, very difficult market for traders as of now. How are you really looking into the markets? We're just a few days before the exit poll results really come in. Volatility at its peak right now, a 2-year peak for sure. How are you really approaching this space?
I think from last 15 days, the way how markets have rallied, almost 1300 points in the Nifty and 3000 points in the Sensex. So I think that is very much given the surprise, whatever we were expecting post the result election or post the exit poll numbers. But markets are already given up those things, and upside is very limited right now. Modi ji to aane wale hai hi hai. So, but end of the day, again, the profit booking attempts are a lot in terms of in the mid caps and small caps. In the large caps, I think very, very quiet markets, not more action, be it HDFC, be it SBI, or be it any Nifty-based stocks. Very much flat markets. We are in the profit booking mode. Only positive is about the IMD report, which says all about the better than expected above normal rainfall, which is giving some kind of green tick to the FMCG and the auto sector. But I think that would be very stable right now.
Okay. Any stock ideas that you'd like to suggest, Prashant?
I think we are recommending our clients Mankind Pharma at these levels. So this is a good level to buy. It has not performed well in last few days, and the stock is at bottom level for a short-term basis. So Mankind Pharma can be a good pick for a short-term trader. A pharma sector, again, a defensive stock, and the stock can do better. At least 10-15% momentum can be expected in the short term.
Got it. Mankind Pharma. In fact, it's the pharma space that continues to be in the bright spot right now, Shell.
Yeah, Sakshi, please continue. I have very little to contribute today. There is zero activity in the market, zero volume. So I'm happy you take the lead. Tell me what's happening in pharma.
So we are advising all my clients to book profits, at least in the short-term trading activities, mid caps, small caps. We are taking aggressively book profits and park some money into LNTs, HDFCs for a safer trades. But aggressively, we are not going to have a long-term trades.
LNT, and which is the other stock did you talk about where you're asking investors to put in money?
LNT and Mankind Pharma. These two stocks were the stocks we are parking money.
Okay, but we were talking about the pharma space, like you're talking about Mankind. What other stocks really look positive to you? How are you positioned on Divis Laboratories, for example? It's been on a momentum. Even today, it's continuing to hold its top spot on the Nifty. How do you see this panning out?
If the investor asks me right now, again I'm in profit booking mode, so I will advise him to book profits at these levels because it is trading at a overbought zone, and I think upside would be limited. And any bad corrections in the markets due to any reason, there would be a good profit booking attempt in advance.
Got that. Okay, there are some earnings coming in, so let me read out those for all our viewers as well. Shalby Hotels has come out with its numbers. On a consolidated profit after tax basis, there is a jump from 14 crores to 16.6 crores, and revenues have improved from about 199 odd crore rupees to about 214 odd crore rupees, 244 odd crore rupees right here. When we look at EBITDA, that's also improved from 25.6 crores to 38.3 crore, 38.8 crore rupees. This is on a year-on-year basis. The stock, however, is still lower in trade right now. Do you track this stock at all? We did see that spike come in after the earnings, but then there is again a decline after that. Stock is down by 1.3% now.
Yes, we tracked this company from last quarter, many quarters. But yes, due to this result, there could be a good again profit booking attempt. I don't think the stock can really trade with a target of 300 rupees per share, but it would be a short-term to long-term trade. But timing, I think 260 would be a level one can see this very soon.
Got that. Another results, and this one will interest a lot of viewers because this is from the railway space. RITES has just now come out with the earnings. Profit over here on a consolidated basis has dipped a bit from 139 odd crore rupees recorded in the last year same quarter. It's now slipped to about 137 odd crore rupees, and the company, however, has declared a 5 rupee per share kind of a dividend. Revenue over here has also seen a dip from 687 crores to about 643 odd crore rupees. This is again on a YOY basis. The stock is reacting negatively. About 3.5% of a decline can be seen. This is after the earnings have come in. Of course, the railway space has been in the thick of action, but earnings, wherever they're not showing a promise, of course, we have seen a sharp downtick, and even here, this stock continues to slip even further, now 4% down. How would you really look at RITES now, Prashant?
I think the post-result punishment is the stock can come down to 680 rupees level. One should book profits or whatever new positions should be avoided at these levels. See, looking at only the Q4 earnings should not be a parameter to invest. But right now, a trader has already taken it on the basis of better than expected numbers. But these numbers are not so as per the estimates, and they are almost beating down the street downs. So one should book profits or get off the stock with a target of 680 very soon.
Let's see some price damage, Sakshi, while the indices are flat, but a serious bout of very deep profit booking is happening in the railway space. I track 22 railway counters. Out of 22, only one of them is in the green, which is a quasi-railway stock, Timken India, 5% higher, 41.50 for you. Needless to say, this is a record high. But heavy selling pressure across the board. You have RITES, which you just mentioned, down 4.5%. Earnings have been nothing spectacular at about 700 rupees. You have IRFC slipping 2.6% lower at 179.75. Railtel, Ircon, Container Corporation, IRCTC, all of them in the red tick. Now look at the PSU basket. Business Today tracks 78 PSU stocks. Out of 78 PSU stocks, ladies and gentlemen, will you believe it, just 4 of them are in the green, which is the metal space, Hindustan Zinc and Hindustan Copper, about 2% each, and of course LIC Housing Finance and Power Finance Corporation. The rest are in deep red, led by some defense companies such as BDL. You won't be angry with BDL, it's down 6% at 1451. This is a readjusted split price. You've seen a very sharp rally from 1700 rupee onwards to about 3200 rupee onwards. This is come split, and it is now sort of given back some of those gains. All morning stocks as far as the banking space is concerned, which were in the red, are now bleeding. Indian Overseas Bank is the top loser, minus 5%, 70.5. UCO Bank minus 4.4%, 58.3. PSP Central Bank are down as well, and you see decent profit booking happening in HUDCO, Dredging Corporation, Barmer Lorry, Irida, and of course Midhani and SGVN. These are prices that are dipping lower. I have a green tick on SBI Life, 1442.5, up 2.2%. This is a green tick that's coming in. And of course you have 3M India. This is post earnings, 4% higher, 32,380. Very strong set of earnings coming in from 3M. Profit for the fourth quarter is now up at about 168 crores versus a number of the profit is 173 crores versus 136 crores a year ago, and you have the top line at about 1100 crores versus 1046 crores. Sakshi, yours.
Okay, Prashant, across the board, we are seeing that the PSU space is sharply lower in trade. Is the top has been made for the recent run-up that we have seen across the board? And how would you really advise viewers, say on defense space especially, where we have seen a stunning runway rally? All the stocks are actually down in trade today, be it BDL, be it Cochin, be it Mazagon, TOC, HAL, they're all down, and the kind of fall is also about 5-6% odd or so. Of course, they've had stunning one day moves also of double-digit gains being seen. Is this just minor profit after that one-way run-up, or do you think this could be the beginning of the decline in the PSU stocks, especially in the defense space?
I think it's all about profit booking attempt for a minor correction in the markets. These short-term traders are trying to book a lot of profits because from last 2 months, the defense stocks, the shipbuilding stocks have done very well in last 2 months. So I think it's only a profit booking attempt. The story is still in more to come out from next 1 or 2 years. There are a lot of activities going to happen in terms of export markets for the defense sector. But I think if an investor is looking for 1 or 2 year horizon, then these dips can be utilized to buy and accumulate a lot. But not at these levels, when one should wait for a good rainy day in the markets post-election results.
Okay, got that. The power space has been another one which has been an extremely bullish, which has shown an extremely bullish trend today. Again, across the board, we do see profits being taken off, be it Coal India, be it NTPC, Power Grid, and even the Power Finances. I think Power Finance Corporation is actually bucking the trend. That's up by 0.8%, but the rest of the space is all down in trade. How would you really approach this space?
I would like to be neutral on the power sector right now because on the fundamental basis things are very much well. But yes, the way how power sector has performed last short term, so I think there would be a good profit booking attempt. I am very much bullish on Tata Power again. I think 420, 425 would be a good level for a trader or an investor to accumulate this stock in this rainy day.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now 2:44 and it's 3M that's charting a new course, now up about 6.27%, 32,822. This is a very high ticket item. extremely low volume and therefore susceptible to very adverse movements on the top and the bottom side. I'm just marking the price, no point taking a technical view on this one. Sakshi, I think we need to start focusing on the FMCG pack. Two stocks stand out absolutely. Asian Paints at multi-month lows, I think 2-year lows, is now showing signs of life, up 1.5%. Similarly, its compatriot in house paints, which is Pidilite, is trying to break out towards a fresh record high. That is something to be looked at. And of course, you have a very, very strong move coming into Hindustan Unilever, Britannia, as also stocks such as Dabur and Marico. Again, this is a trend that's because of the good forecast for the monsoon. June 1st in Kerala, June 10th in Mumbai, I don't know when in Delhi, but this is something to be looked at. And of course, the auto stock Hero Motors, fresh record high, 5200 for you. Getting into conversation, Prashant. Prashant, any view that you would have on either Pidilite or Hindustan Unilever?
I think except ITC, all the other FMCG stocks are doing good, and Pidilite is a good stock. I think that can garner this trend. I'm very much positive on the stock right now, and the stock can have a trade of 3150 around.
Okay, fair point. I'll just mark the entire FMCG space in FNO. We are tracking about 19 FMCG counters, and stocks such as Berger Paints, stocks such as United Breweries, Dabur are also showing strong uptick. Any view that you would hold, Prashant, on Berger and Asian?
I think Berger looks good. There's a good uptick, and I think downside is very limited from this level on the Berger Paints. So the upside of around 525 can be a target for a trader perspective. And the way how all the FMCG and these paint business are doing, and even crude is helping them to have some better margins in the Q1 numbers.
Okay. Meantime, 3M India is up 7.5% at 33,270. Sakshi, over to you.
Absolutely, Shell, and the kind of dividend they've announced is also massive, 525 rupees per share. That's also leading to the strong momentum in 3M. That continues to be, big positive for all the investors who've been holding on the share too. Meanwhile, there is enough and more action as far as Adani Group is concerned, and now my colleague Asim Taplial is joining in to give us a sense as to how Adani Enterprises is now back in focus, especially with the respect of fundraising news that's coming in. Anywhere to the tune of 16,000 odd crore rupees kind of funds could be raised. And to share with us some more details on that front, Asim is with us. Asim, take it away.
Thanks, Sakshi. So the board of Adani Enterprises has cleared raising up to rupees 16,600 crore in a meeting held today only. The amount will be raised via a QIP or any other permissible mode in one or more tranches. However, there was not much effect on the stock, as the stock was trading flat after the fundraising approval. Further, the flagship firm of the Adani Group said raising of funds will be subject to the necessary approvals, including approvals of the members at the ensuing annual general meeting of the company, scheduled to be held on Monday, on June 24th. So the company has not specified the reason for the fundraise or the price at which the securities will be issued. This approval to raise funds by Adani Enterprises comes a day after the board of Adani Energy Solutions, formerly known as Adani Transmission, approved raising of funds up to rupees 12,500 crore. Back to you, Sakshi.
Okay, Asim, thanks for that update. Prashant, to you, as far as the entire Adani Group is concerned and the continuous focus on expansion plans and fundraise now coming to the fore, how are you really looking at this space?
In the group, I like Adani Port, which is a good cash cow company in the group entity. But as of now, the fundraising activity, the prices, whatever they are trading in the Adani Group stocks, are already booked in. I mean, the stocks are already discounted the approval, whatever they are going to raise money. But in terms of no stock specific action, Adani Port would be a stock what would be a good opportunity to buy at for a target of 1500 for a short term. And I think this kind of sell-off should be utilized to buy all the dips in the Adani Group.
Okay, so that's the Adani Group for you. Adani Ports and Adani Enterprises both slightly down in trade right now. But let's look at the other stock that is making some moves, and that is Imagica World, which we hardly discuss. Why I'm discussing this is because the company has reported an earnings just a few minutes back, and the company has come into profits from losses last year. The company had reported a loss of 160 odd crore rupees last year this quarter. It's now turned profitable. It's reported a profit of 4.8 crores in this quarter in Q4 of FY24. Remember, we've also seen that the revenues for the company have jumped this time again. They have improved slightly. But do you track Imagica World at all? Prashant, we are seeing a 2.5% kind of an uptick on this one.
I think I tracked this company very closely from last 2 years, and we had come up with a report for a target of 120 plus for next 1 year. The way how management has changed after the Shetties, and then the Malpani Group has changed a lot of things, and they are going to consolidate a lot of their other group entity businesses into one, and Q1 numbers would be really good to watch, which is due for next quarter. And they are turned positive. I think the stock can do better from these levels, and they are going to acquire 1 or 2 amusement parks every year and make this one of the largest amusement park company in India. And the management really focus on this company, and I am very much positive on the stock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at 2:51. There is another 40 minutes of this painful trading where nothing is going in favor of bulls and absolutely nothing is going in favor of bears is likely to continue. The Nifty is exactly where we discussed it at 232, 22 points lower, 22,911. The India VIX has moved up, Sakshi. It's up at about 24.19. Let me just tell you what the percentage rise is. It's about 1.1%, and this is how the markets are structured. Purely defensive moves are coming in. Now you see a couple of life insurance majors coming back to life. Look at SBI Life. There's a beautiful swing trade in the making. The counter is up 2.4% at 1448. You have HDFC Life 2.4% higher at 579. Remember, the earnings for the fourth quarter from LIC of India, where the premium earned and of course the value of new business has risen dramatically. So this is a lot of stocks have actually come back to life, like SBI Life. Any view that you would have, Prashant, on this one? We've seen 1700 on the stock, and at the moment available at 1448.
I am positive on the sector as a whole, but in terms of stock specific, again, SBI Life would be a good opportunity trading stock right now, but a very conservative long-term investor holding stock. For me, a target of 1480 and 1500 can be seen in a very short-term way. But again, due to market momentum, I think that would be very much slow in terms of getting towards my target. But again, the sharp jump today, which was seen today against the results of LIC, there would be a very slow momentum towards my target.
Okay, let me mark one more stock, which is HDFC AMC. The reason why I mark this, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have a digit change in this one, now above 4,000 rupees. Needless to say, this is a record high, and once Prashant gives his view on HDFC AMC, I will again repeat something that I have been saying over the last 3-4 months. But Prashant, first to you.
Yes, in terms of the AMC business, I am very much positive the way how markets have really done well, and their profitability will be obviously increased in terms of Q1 earnings as well. Overall positive, but technically it is going towards overbought zone. But on a long-term basis, I have very much positive on the stock and with the target of 5,000 for at least more than 1 year.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely SIPs that you put in each month, which have now exceeded 23,000 crore rupees as of end April, have a salutary impact on HDFC AMC, which is India's third largest AMC as far assets under management are concerned. The most important and interesting point is that for the last 13 months, month on month, the stock has given higher highs and higher lows. That points to the consistent trajectory of how this stock has moved and how the underlying fundamentals of the entire AMC business have changed and improved for the better. Sakshi, I think 3M is playing a trick on me. It will force me to take a technical call today. The counter is now up 10% at 11% actually at 34,348. Prashant, over to you.
I don't track this company in terms of fundamentals, but yes, the way how the stock has rallied today, it is very surprising to see a 10% rally, 3,000 rupees uptick from the low today. But I think again, I have a profit booker today, and I would like to advise my clients to book profit at these levels again.
At least half of the market will be priced under the kind of move that we have seen on a single day on 3M India today. A 3,000 kind of rupee move is what we've already seen, 10.8% higher, and there is no stopping. 34,251, 34,270. It continues to move up higher in trade. 34,337. Oh, there is no stopping. 11.2% higher in trade. Let's see how this one goes as well. But like the saying goes, an expensive stock will only become more expensive going forward from here. That is perhaps what is playing out for 3M India. For all those holding on the stock, there is a double bonanza. The stock prices are higher, and you will also get big dividend from this company too. Let's again focus on some of the other pockets if we can spot any movers at this point in time. Let's ask you on Hudson Agro. The stock has moved up almost 13% in trade today. Prashant, what do you think is behind this stunning move? And how do you really look at both the fundamentals as well as the charts of the stock?
I think technically there are more upside if it closes above 1150 levels and target with the target of 1225. But the way how the business model is moving towards a lot of high margin business in South Indian business or even the East Indian business, I think the stock is really good, but not at this level. The buying range would be more over 1050 levels would be a good level to buy. But at this level, again, the upside is very limited to 1200 as a target.
Okay, got that. So 1200 is the target coming in for Hudson Agro. Of course, it's the again the consumption oriented spaces that are showing us something. So FMCG is now back up into the green, 0.2% higher. There are other consumer durable spaces that are up and about. So Asian Paints is moving up right now in trade. You have Britannia, of course, that's been holding up. HUL is now back in action from the FMCG space too. This is the entire space that is grabbing some momentum. How are you looking at this entire consumption theme right now, Prashant, really playing out? So far a big laggard, but is this the right time that the stocks will start to move up?
Yes, Britannia looks good at this level. I think there are a lot of cream left out for upper trade. 5400 and 5500 can be a target for me on a technical basis. But yes, due to all the IMD updates for the markets, this FMCG will be more in action. And the stock has already performed. The sector has already performed. I think still another 10-20% momentum can be left out in all the sector stocks. So Britannia is a stock one should look at these levels. Again, the downside risk is low and the upside is almost 54 to 5500.
Okay. The other stock again that started to move from the auto basket is Hero MotoCorp. I think it's about 2% higher in trade, trading about 5190 odd levels. How do you look at Hero MotoCorp at this point in time? There was a time the stock was continuously soaring higher. It lied low for a bit. It's back up into the green again on a day which is extremely volatile. What could be in the offing?
I think when we compare Hero Honda and Bajaj Auto, Hero Honda looks good at these levels. Again, with the target of 5350 would be a level for me on a technical basis. But yes, the way how rural India is growing, and the rainfall data is helping them to have a lot of cash churning going forward in next 2 months to 3 months. So I think that will be a beneficial for two-wheeler segment, and in comparison with Bajaj Auto, Hero Honda looks get better on the technical basis.
Okay, so actually finally something interesting has happened in the market which catches my attention. I'll request the PCR to draw the intraday chart of IRFC. Surprise, surprise, a single transaction of 1 crore shares has just happened a couple of minutes ago on IRFC, and that, ladies and gentlemen, has been at I think 178, 179 rupees. Huge volume kick coming in on my screen, but like I said, the price is about 2% lower, but a very nice single block of 1 crore shares trading on IRFC. What's clicking? It's only pharma, whether it's a hospital chain or a pharma stock. Divi is at day's high now, 4388, 3% higher. This is a low beta counter, but let me highlight a high beta one, which is Aurobindo Pharma, ladies and gentlemen, now close to its all-time high of 1240, 2% higher at 1220. The earnings were there in today's trade. Let me just search for the numbers, and by which time Prashant will give you a view. This is a tailwind that's driven by strong fourth quarter, and of course the demand for defensive counters in the pharma space. Prashant, your view?
The stock has done very well from last 1 week to 15 days. It is in a positive territory, and I think upside is a very limited level right now. 1250 would be a level on a technical target basis. But in the pharma stock, I would like to have more positive view on the Mankind Pharma, which is trading at 2135, and that stock can do better because it is not performed yet in the pharma space.
Okay.
Fair point. Fourth quarter profit at Aurobindo Pharma surged to 907 crores versus 506 crores year ago, and the revenue of course shot up to 7600 crores in the fourth quarter versus 6500 crores a year ago. Sakshi.
Right. Well, on that note, Prashant, we'll thank you for being with us on this special edition and sharing your views on the markets and several stocks that you discussed with our viewers as well. Meanwhile, viewers, it's time to welcome our other guest also on the show, who is joining right in. Santosh Meena is now joining in, Head of Research at Swastika Investmart. Santosh, good afternoon. Good to have you with us. Well, the markets are extremely volatile right ahead of the biggest event of this year so far, so that's the election results that we are awaiting next week, and before that exit poll outcome on Saturday as well. So far we've had a great run up from say 19th of April till now. Within all the phases, the Sensex has rallied over 3500 points. Market cap of the BSE listed stocks has jumped by over 26 lakh crore rupees. So nobody is complaining, but the question is, for all those heavily invested in the markets, what's next?
Okay, first of all, good afternoon, Sakshi. Good afternoon, Selji. So I believe the structure is extremely bullish. Near 23,100, we have a trend line resistance. Therefore, we are taking a pause, and now we don't have much support from short covering because FIS has witnessed massive short covering because from the 14-year high of around 2.5 lakh contracts in index future, now they are net long with the 22,000 contracts. So we don't have a support of short covering rally. So we are seeing some kind of consolidation, but I will alert our investors, stay with large cap. From here, I think mid cap and small cap will underperform. There will be buying in the large cap, they will outperform. So the idea from here will be stay with large cap. You can play directly with Nifty Bs or some top FIS favorite names, and you should avoid some mid cap may do well, but we can see for last couple of days the advanced decline ratio is in favor of declines. So there is some kind of distribution from higher level because of the expensive valuation in broader market.
Okay. Santosh, could you also detail for us any key stocks that you may be looking at, probably buying on these dips that you're seeing within the volatile moves?
Yes, as I told you that you should keep eye on large cap stocks. So one of the large cap stock is IndusInd Bank. After it is a base around 1400 kind of level, and near 1500 we have multiple resistance, but once it will cross 1500 level we may see a short covering rally, and there is probability that it Hinduja Group may get note from the RBI to raise stake in this stock. So if this news will come, we may see re-rating this counter. And apart from this, Axis Bank, even you can go with L&T, Reliance kind of stocks. So stay with heavyweights. They are providing good buying opportunity.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 3:05 p.m. We have 25 minutes of trade left. Between the time we last checked the Nifty at about 2:55 p.m., it has moved 3 digits. Now down 20 points at 22,900. In this enormous move that has come in today, let's look at the pullers and draggers. Let's look at stocks that are contributing to this fantastic 23-point dip on the Nifty. Reliance has contributed 14 points to the loss, down about 0.6%, 2915. Bharti, Airtel, Adani Ports 5 points each. ITC and Tata Motors 4 points each. What is pulling the Nifty higher is SBI Life 4 points, Grasim 4.8 points, Divi's Lab, HDFC Bank, and of course Asian Paints. Let's look at the all-time highs as far as the NSE 500 is concerned. I'm sure Sakshi will get some idea to pass the next 25 minutes, and my intention is to talk on Muthoot Finance. Now 2.4% higher. It's reclaimed its lost glory at a record high today, and the price is somewhere like 1750. Let's get Santosh into this conversation. Santosh, is Muthoot Finance worth chasing at current levels, or should we stay away?
Yes, Selji, I think it's worth chase at current level because there is a breakout of all-time high, and I think the momentum is likely to continue, and even the possibility this stock can head towards 2000 level in coming days because the momentum is bullish, and the gold prices are also supportive. And technically, it is created a flag formation at 20-day moving average. So I think you should stay invested, or you can buy at current level for the target of 1850 for near term, and for medium term 2000 is our target level. On the downside, 1680 should be a stop loss.
Okay, fair point. And Sakshi, we normally don't discuss this stock, but it's worth marking. GlaxoSmithKline Pharma, better known as just Glaxo. We are seeing a record high here, 2495. Fairly decent volumes. Remember, the tailwind is for pharma, but we seldom discuss pharma MNCs. This is one of those really, how should I say, blue chip gems which have multiplied dramatically over time. Santosh, your view on Glaxo Pharma?
Yes, Selji, the counter is showing a strong bullish momentum. We have seen a vertical run from 2000, and after a consolidation, it is again showing bullish momentum. And once it will cross the resistance of around 2500 level, we may see further upside. This is not a trading stock, for intraday trading stock. You can buy for the medium term or for the long term. It may reward for you. It may reward further. And on the downside, 2300 looks as a strong support level. So even at current level, you can chase this counter.
Okay, so that's as far as Glaxo Pharma is concerned. The stock is still about 5% high in trade. The other stock that I wanted to discuss with you, which we forgot to mention so far, is DOMS Industries. The recently listed stock, the stock hit an all-time high in trade today after rallying about 10%, and that's after the Q4 results have come in. And in fact, from the IPO price, the stock is up about 150 odd percent already. Brokerages have also given higher targets post the earnings in this quarter. The earnings have been pretty promising for DOMS Industries. We've seen a 29.6% year-on-year growth in its Q4 profit after tax, and a 20% growth in revenue from operations as well to 402 odd crore rupees. Santosh, how have you assessed the earnings of DOMS Industries, and where would you see the stock head now?
Yes, actually, I didn't check the earning, but on the technical front, it is making higher highs and higher lows formation. If any stocks manage to trade above its listing high, then the counter is strong. So the momentum is likely to continue. But 2000 is a psychological and trendline resistance where we may see some kind of pause. But any dip around 1800 level will be a good buying opportunity. So view is bullish, but from current level, we can see some pullback towards 1800 level.
Okay, got that. The other stock that's moving up is WAPCO India. That's also moved up pretty sharply in trade. Right now, I think about 6 odd percent of a move that can be seen on WAPCO India. How are you looking at the stock right here? If you track this stock, Santosh, could you tell us where is the stock maybe headed?
Sakshi, I don't trail this stock. Can you spell the counter?
WABCO India, WAPCO.
Okay, I'm not able to open the chart of the counter.
Okay, got that. No worries. We'll. It's actually been renamed as ZF Commercial as
Santosh,
well.
you can
So
find it.
yeah.
You
Sorry,
can look
Sakshi.
at ZFCV India. This
Okay,
is a
okay.
company that was earlier called WAPCO India. They make steering columns and of course axle assemblies for trucks. So yeah, that's the price, 17,315, up about 5%. Low ticket size, but I'm so sorry, low volume size, but very high ticket.
Yes, the name has been changed and the counter is high ticket size counter. The momentum is bullish. So on the downside, I think 70,000 will act as a strong support level. The potential is that it can head towards 20,000 kind of level. So it is also an investment kind of counter. Don't look for the trading purpose, but momentum is bullish.
Fair point. 311 for us, ladies and gentlemen. There is a mild movement that's come in the Nifty, and that's not beneficial for the bulls. It slipped below now 22,900 at about 892. The dip is now worth 40 points. We still have about 19 minutes of the market left. This is frankly not a good development to look into. The Nifty Bank is down 124 points, 49,154. There are slippages in the Nifty 500, the mid cap and the small cap index as well. Now we are approaching, how should I say, the end of the day, and of course we are coming closer to the event. At the same time, India VIX has gone up even more, now about 5.1% higher at 24.24. So a painful 20 minutes from now on. Let us see what is the first support level that I have on the index. That's at 22,832, a bit far away, but let's hope we don't test it. Santosh, any view on the Nifty?
Yes, LG, 22,800 is a strong support level. Earlier it was a resistance level. Now it will act as a strong support level. So till we trades above 22,800 level, the view will remain bullish. And once it will cross 22,123 level, there is a possibility that Nifty will head towards 23,500 kind of level. If in case it slips below 22,800 level, then next support will come around 22,550, 525, which will be its 20-day exponential moving average. So view is bullish on immediate basis. 22,800 is support level.
Okay. The other stock, Sakshi, that's moving within the pharma space, although on very low volumes, is Syngene. 2.75% higher, 690. This is a decent swing trade in the making, down for 3 days and also slipped from its all-time high. Santosh, a tailwind of pharma, and of course very strong numbers that came in earlier this week. Any view that you have on Syngene?
Yes, LG, the counter is making a base around 650 kind of levels. So on immediate basis, there will be hurdles around 700, 705 level. But once it will cross this level, we may see a move towards 200 day moving average, which is placed around 730 level. So view is bullish. Risk reward is favorable for the traders and investors. Keep a stop loss of 650. Once it will cross 700, add more position, and above 730, there is a possibility of a move towards 780, 800 kind of level.
Okay, got that. I wanted to take your view also on United Spirits, Santosh. After the earnings, brokerage houses' views coming in for with higher targets of over 1150 odd. How are you really looking at United Spirits? The stock is moved up almost 2.8%. It's now trading near its day's high point.
Yes, the overall sector is bullish from the level of 1240. We see some kind of correction, but on the lower side, the 100-day and 50-day moving average area of 1160, 1140 is acting as an immediate demand zone. So 1140 is a strong support level. You can remain on the long side the stop loss with a stop loss of 1140, and once it will cross 1220 level, the high of result day, we may see a fresh short covering rally towards 1260 kind of level. So view is bullish. Keep a stop loss of 1140 and hold this stock.
Okay, got that. So that's the view coming in on United Spirits right now. Let's again look at the broader markets to see where the momentum is really building on. Few stocks that can be mentioned include Jyoti CNC Automation. It's about 5% higher in trade. Nazara Tech is again about 5.5% up in trade right now. Any other stock which can be mentioned? Oh yeah, SMS Life Sciences, that's strongly up in trade today. Apart from this, you have some realty stocks like Prozone, Excel, those are moving higher. Swelect Energy Systems, that's again up 5% higher in trade right now. Santosh, anything that catches your attention from the stocks I mentioned?
Yes, if I talk about the Najara technology, which is looking interesting because after bottoming out at 600 level, we are seeing a massive buying around this level. So the stock has been bottomed out on the upside. 740, 770 area will act as some resistance, but once it will cross 770, there's a possibility that it can head towards 900 levels. So look at Najara for further upside.
Okay. The other space that is continuously buzzing is the insurance space. So LIC was up and about post the earnings. SBI Life, HDFC Life, ICICI Prudential Life, they're all buzzing in trade today. Santosh, what looks good within the insurance space? Anything that you'd like to, create fresh positions in?
From the risk reward perspective, both HDFC Life and SBI Life are providing good opportunity because HDFC Life have seen a massive correction. Now it is bottoming out, so I think 600 should be an immediate target for the HDFC Life. SBI Life is bouncing back from its 200-day moving average, so it is a good entry level, and uh, 1460 is a hurdle. Above 1460, it can see a level of 1520 levels. So both HDFC Life and SBI Life are looking very strong.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start tracking momentum in the market. We have about 13 minutes of trade left. I'll request the PCR to fire a new high that's been seen on Glenmark Pharma. The counter's up 3.6%. The latest price that we see is 1160. And this is something which the bulls are favoring. The volumes are also about 1.5x the 5-day average. This is something really interesting. The other thing that needs to be mentioned as within the Nifty Sakshi, there are two pharma stocks which have shown higher volumes than the 5-day average. Divi's Labs post earnings 3% higher, 4390. Dr. Reddy's 1.5% higher, 5964. And after that you have a series of stocks that we seldom discuss. Bajaj Finserv 0.5% higher, not much of volume growth. The two life insurance plays that you just discussed, HDFC Life and SBI Life, showing higher than decent volume, but like I said, it is flat as flat can be. One interesting counter which we have slipped mentioning is Hindustan Unilever, again 0.5% higher, and this is needed to be looked at for two reasons. One, it's about to change a digit, move into the 2400 space, and today's move is on a fairly decent 1.25 times the 5-day average. Remember, HLL is a low beta stock, and it's seriously coming out of a very long term 4-year underperformance. This is something that we can discuss on the medium term as well. Santosh ji, what are levers charts telling you? At the moment still below 200 DMA.
Yes, Selji, I am bullish on the entire FMCG space, despite of the fact that we are heading towards elections. So whatever will be the results, this space will outperform because this space is showing strong bullish momentum. Many stocks are coming out of multi-month high. HUL still underperformed, but where 2440 is an immediate hurdle, which is 200-day moving average. Once it will cross, I think we can see a move towards 2600 kind of level. So buy this stock and add more position about 2440 on the downside. 2300 looks as a strong support now. So I'm bullish on this stock for the next series.
Okay, 320, and we have just 10 minutes of trade left. The Nifty is at its day's low, 47 points lower, 22,886. There is a very strong option support at 22,850, and of course at 22,800. Let's see whether that holds. Of course, that will be something to be discussed tomorrow. But for the moment, the markets now insipidly moving towards the end of the day. Higher wicks, a very strong bout of profit booking across the PSU space has deterred traders from taking long positions ahead of the main event, which is Saturday's exit poll, as also subsequent Tuesday's result of national elections. We have Thursday, on which the monthly expiry is coming up, and everybody, Sakshi, is sitting on the fence waiting for these days to pass. The only sensible stock that I see now is RR Kabel. This is a cable maker. Remember, across the board there is a rally in this sector. Polycab above 6500. Finolex cables moved double digit up yesterday, and RR Kabel moving towards its all-time high. Sakshi.
There's some more earnings coming in. So Man Industries has reported its numbers. The profit has dipped from 30 crores to 24 crores year on year. Stock is reacting lower, although slightly volatile, about 1.9% lower in trade, and that's because revenues have still shown an uptick from about 600 crores to about 811 odd crore rupees. So there is a jump on the revenues, but the bottom line has reduced. Operationally also there is an improvement from 41 crores to 51 odd crore rupees. Margins have also improved for the company from 6.8% to about 7.2%. So it's the bottom line that has suffered, but the other parameters still look positive. Man Industries, do you track this counter at all, Santosh?
Yes, if I look at the chart of the Man industry, so the overall structure is bullish, and after a recent run up, we are seeing some correction on the downside. 320 is a strong support level. If it slips below 320, then next support comes around 200-day moving average, which is 300 level. So our structure is bullish. So till it trades above 300 level, the view will remain on the upside. Above 400, we may see further upside.
Okay, 323, Santosh. Any BTST, STBT trades that you'd like to highlight for our viewers?
Yes, my eye is on the first stock is Coromandel International. It is showing a strong bullish momentum today. It has taken out its 52-week high. I think the momentum is likely to continue towards the 1330 level. Keep a stop loss of 1280 for the target of 1330.
Okay, got that. So that's the call coming in for the BTST trade. What else looks positive to you for tomorrow, Santosh?
Yes, apart from Coromandel International, I am looking at L&T Technology. It is also bottoming out and showing divergence on RSI, trading about its 20-day moving average. I think we can expect short covering move in this counter towards 4800 levels. So you can buy this counter with a stop loss of 4550.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just about 7 minutes left, 6 minutes left for this very, how should I say, tiresome day to end. The Nifty again is at day's low, now 66 points lower. Sakshi, you see this attrition that is happening, slow but steady. It's, how should I say, 1,000 small cuts into the Nifty which are making it bleed. Today, remember, we started with an advanced decline ratio of 1100 shares in the green versus 858 in the red in the first 5-7 minutes of trade. Well, the number is now absolutely on its head. 1600 shares are in the red, just 676 shares are in the green. So you can well imagine how the broader markets have shaped up. Let's look at the components of the Nifty. We'll first focus on the heaviest weighted three, and I'll start with the Reliance Industries, 22 rupees lower, 2909. You have a red tick on Infosys as well, 8 points lower, 1463. What's saving the Nifty from blushes is HDFC Bank, just a rupee higher at about 1528. Nevertheless, it's in the green, now consolidating around its 200-day moving average. In terms of actual strong losses, Tata Motors has slipped 1.2% lower at about 947. ITC is 0.5% lower, and Kotak, Axis and ICICI Bank have minor red ticks. So these are the situations as far as the top Nifty index heavyweights are concerned. There is so much of profit booking across the PSU space that it's hard to pick out any stock, but heavy booking on defense counters, Bharat Dynamics 6% lower, heavy booking on PSU banks such as IOB 5% lower, 70.6, UCO Bank, Punjab Central Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Central Bank, and to some extent even Canara Bank and Bank of Baroda. Federal Bank is also 2.5% lower at 159. Mid caps, small caps, NSE 500 have all slipped in the red, and across the board, at least smart investors are booking partial or full profit and moving to cash, Sakshi.
Right. So, Santosh, lastly, for tomorrow on the Nifty Bank, what is the strategy you are advising?
Yes, as I told you that my view is still bullish. If Nifty approaches 22,800 level, then it will be a good buying opportunity. You can keep a stop loss of 22,700, and once on the upside, 23,000, 23,100 will be immediate target. Bank Nifty near to 49,000 level, we will look a buying opportunity. On the upside, 49,600, 50,000 is a resistance area. So I will look buying opportunity on the dips.
You look for opportunity as far as buying on dips is concerned, but as we move in closer to the end of the session, the Nifty and the Sensex have drifted towards the low point of the day, 22,867 currently on the Nifty, and the Nifty Bank is now seeing a cut of almost 212 points, or nearly 0.5% lower in trade, although 49,000 is still with itself as far as the Nifty Bank is concerned, 49,060 being seen on this one as well. The lone gainers within the sectors include Pharma, financial services, and slight gains coming on the media space. Rest of the sectors have all drifted lower. Financial services, FMCG, auto, they've all slipped into the red. Meanwhile, the biggest losses are coming in on the realty pack, 2.2% down. PSU Bank, oil and gas, these are the top most movers as far as the downside is concerned on the sectoral indices front as well. Santosh, on the real estate space, do you think enough and more rally has unfolded and now is the time for bigger correction coming in, or these are just dips that need to be bought?
I think the overall structure is still bullish. We may see profit booking in individual counters, but there will be buying opportunity in some counters because after election outcome, we will head towards RBI credit policy, and there is possibility that we may see some talk of rate cut. So this stock will remain buoyant. So any dip will be a buying opportunity in real estate space.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Santosh, for being with us on that special edition then and sharing with us all your views. Difficult day of trade as it has panned out to be. A minute to go before the markets shut shop. 70 points of a cut right now as far as the Nifty is concerned, 22,860. Remember, it's the broader markets that have seen a deeper pain, with the small caps now down over almost a percent. The mid caps also ending lower by almost 0.9% odd or so. Of course, sectorally, I've already highlighted that pain across the board, barring Pharma and financial services in trade today. Top movers still remain. Divi's Laboratories remained resilient, about 3% high on trade. SBI Life, HDFC Life, Grasim, Hero Moto, Asian Paints, these were the top movers as far as the index is concerned. On the downside on the index, you had Adani Ports that dragged 2.2% lower. Coal India, Power Grid, so from the power space, BPCL, Adani Enterprises, NTPC, oil and natural gas, and Tech Mahindra, Tata Motors. These were the big drags on the Nifty in trade today. F&O movers, Glenmark Pharma continued to move higher, about 3.5% up. Sun TV, Divi's Laboratories, Exide, SBI Life, these were the top movers. And on the downside, you had stocks like from within the F&O space, stocks like Vodafone Idea that dragged about 3.6% lower in trade. Info Edge, Steel Authority of India and BHEL as the other losers in trade today. And that's the closing tick for you, 22,868. With that, viewers, we wrap up this special edition. Many thanks from both Shell and me for being with us on this edition. But do stay tuned as we continue to bring you everything that's buzzing, even beyond the stock market hours, from the world of business and finance. Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show which addresses all your stock related queries. So if you're watching us for the very first time, this is the show that answers all your stock related doubts, because we get you top market experts who can give you authentic advice on your stocks that you're holding in your portfolio. So how do you send us your questions? It's very easy. You can